Okay, yeah, I think that's sorted. Cool. We'll go new game. Right, I guess hard is normal then. I've never understood. I've never understood games that don't have, you know, just like a easy, normal, and hard mode. I don't know why they need to change it.
Easy boy.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Alright.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Coolio.
Well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through.
Let me tell you, it's been a while since
Got a
I've
little
played this
business to
game,
take
but
care of.
Well, sir,
I will
it would be
say
an honor if you would allow
I
me to buy
definitely
you a beer.
remember enjoying it.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
Oh.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. I bet you got some great stories.
Whoops.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
Yeah, trying to get
What about your
a
shootout with Henry
a
Plummer's
stream
guy
set up
in
is one of the
Bannock,
most
Montana?
annoying things
Is that where you started as a
I've
bounty hunter?
had to do.
That's what it says in this here dime
Let me
novel.
tell you, you'd think you'd just be
Don't
able
believe
to
everything
press
you read in
stream
them dime
on the
novels, boy.
Elgato capture card,
First man I
and it
hunted was
would
back when I was riding with Billy
just
the
link
Kid.
to your Twitch,
You knew
and then
Billy
you
the
can just
Kid?
go. But
Damn
no,
right.
you've got to.
That scrawny son of a bitch had no
Well, I guess if
fear.
you've got a high-powered
Wouldn't back down
PC,
for
it's
nobody.
alright. But
I
if you
heard
don't,
collected
you've
the
got to
10
go through
stars
so
off
many
any
different
crooked lawman
things.
who crossed it.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big
But
chip on
yeah,
his shoulder and a
Call of
hair-trigger
Juarez.
temper.
This is a game I
Made
haven't
him
played in a
dangerous
while.
as hell.
Once upon a time in Stinkin' Springs.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was
Oh, I
hiding
forgot how
out in
cool
an
this
abandoned
was.
farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day.
What the hell? Oh, right, perks. Right, yeah, that makes sense. Of course I want to buy this skill. Let me tell you, the Wild West is just such a cool setting to do stuff.
I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha.
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
I forgot how the gunplay works, and well, obviously it's a first-person shooter, so the gunplay isn't that difficult to figure out. But I just imagine living here, man. It'd be so cool. Can I go up here?
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Ah, okay. So I have to go this way then. Right. Hopefully you can hear me alright, by the way. It's saying you can. but
Is he with us?
wow. Okay, this game handles a bit more weirder than I remember.
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh, yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did.
Stay on it. Cover fire.
Holy crap, do they have aimbot? Jesus.
As
No,
the
I
governor
think
of
I'm
New
just a bit
Mexico
bad.
was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Hold on, let me actually check if I can sort that out. Oh, no. Bit too high. Okay, still a bit high, but...
I knew that going through that front door meant putting my butt in a shooting gallery, so I decided to get sneaky.
Yeah, I remember now. When you, as you go through the story, you'll, he narrates it and he changes
Men were
different
running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads
stuff.
cut off. Still, one of them reached the water tower.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can
Would
dodge
be a
bullets
turkey
in this
shoot
game.
from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the
No,
sharpest
actually,
tools in the
sorry.
shed.
Just... Okay, yeah, I put it up far too high. I don't know why I did that.
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod
Then again, it's
busters
been a
or
while since
drunken
I've played a
drifters
first
looking to make
person
a few bucks.
Persian.
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Watch your flank.
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
Billy!
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Alright.
And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Bowlby.
this is I just really like this game, to be honest.
Billy looked at me and said,
It's one of those
"About
ones you can
time,
just
amigo.
go back
Grab a
and
gun and get to the window."
go back and
so
play.
you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
Holy crap, yeah, it's been a while since I've played a first-person shooter, so
I'm telling you,
bear
Garrett's
with
men were
me.
dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming.
Yeah, see, I'm getting back in the groove of things.
That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side." I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? Many would have fled in my place.
Oh.
But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing me.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr.
Oh yeah, I
Graves,
forgot they
please
did that.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Making my way past
Oh,
the
that's
castle of
cool.
fallen foes.
Yeah.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
I always forget that Call of Juarez is a series, because
Finally, I had the stables
they
within
did
my
those
reach.
first two games, and then they did this game, I think.
And that's when I met.
And then
Sheriff
after
Garrett.
that, they
I read that you went
did
toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
oh, and then what happened? They did the cartel one set in the modern day, and that was extremely bad, and then nothing happened. I think this one came out in 2012. I can't remember which one came out last. It's been a while though.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Oh, I always forget how to do these. Oh, yeah, duels are just, Yeah, I do remember that they were a bit iffy. Oh, damn it, man. Oh, let me tell you, if I was a cowboy, I would not be living that long. Yeah, if you need reaction times of a hawk to do well in a duel,
And that you
there
killed
we
him
go.
in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
Oh, that's nice. People beeping outside.
And stepped
Oh, and
inside.
then he
And
gets knocked out. Yeah, there we go.
last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
You have been to see me. Right, might as well get... Right, cool. Let's continue.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Oh, right, sorry, so... A fistful of hot lead.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Man, that'd be terrible.
He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn
Having to
enemies
wait
of Billy's
4
regulators.
months in a
Why were you
prison
after
cell.
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too.
Billy the Kid. Oh.
My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
I love shotguns. Shotguns just look so cool, especially like lever action ones. let me tell you, the model 1887s or whatever they're called, Terminator 2, so good,
I saw
man.
Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn.
I'm not really,
The
I'm
kids
not doing that
raised
great
a
with
huge
it.
ruckus. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away.
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
Can't have gotten far.
Okay, and then I guess down here. Along here? It's being.
So
Oh
that
yeah.
bastard
Okay.
you're after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever
Yeah.
going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there.
I don't know. Just making everything
tried
a
to be
western
stealthy
just makes
and
things
sneak my way past.
so much better.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
Like, you remember that, I always remember that pretty bad
But hell,
Ghost
they
Rider
weren't all
film.
waiting for me.
I mean, I like Nick
Apparently,
Cage
some of
and
them thought I
everything.
was
I think he was pretty good in the role, but the film wasn't great. But I did love just how
Town somewhere.
See, me and the
they
kid
just
shared a
went
certain
like
similarity
full
in build
western
and
at the
color.
end.
I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean
It's
ass
pretty
shotgun.
criminal that Spider Bite's version of Ghost Riders in the Sky didn't, as far as I'm aware, didn't get released as a buyable song or anything. People had to rip the track from the DVD or something like that. It always annoys me when that happens, but what can you do, I guess? You'd think they'd prioritize trying to get money for music
so much
that
lead
they've
was
made,
whizzing by
but
my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
oh, I thought there was a dude there. Never mind. Let me tell you, I don't know what it's like for the rest of the UK or even the rest of the world at this moment in time, but here up north it is very warm. I am not looking forward to trying to sleep tonight.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Oh, I forgot you had to do that.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
I think a rifle's probably going to help me more.
I knew if I made it
crap,
out of there in one piece.
Oh, get in.
Price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No. because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
I will say, at the start of this year, I downloaded, I got Red Dead Online. Well, so, obviously when Red Dead 2 came out, like, nearly 5 years ago now, something like that. The multiplayer was in beta, and I remember playing that, and it was just, oh my god, it was so bad. What was that? Press X to pick. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was just so bad, honestly. Just trying to play that, trying to grind up. It was one of the worst multiplayer experiences I ever had. I think I only got up to level 6 and then I just couldn't anymore. Can I do that? Oh yay. Okay. Yeah. I feel narratively wise, I get why they added all the cores and stuff to the single player. Make it more immersive, make it feel like you're living in the world, I guess. But they didn't need to add that stuff into the multiplayer. And when you're trying to start a game and you've got to worry about keeping all your cores up, and I remember the prices just being completely ridiculous. So yeah, so anyways, I stopped playing it. Like, the gameplay would have been fun if they got rid of the cores and they just let you play a multiplayer. Like in Red Dead 1, where you just hop in and then you start playing. But, anyways, yeah, I started playing that at the start of this year, and, I think it's gotten better. It's
Finally, I found what I was.
There's a few things that are still pretty bad about it,
Guess
but
Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way
yeah,
Billy didn't kill Bob.
it's
he did. Sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out.
Sorry, I'm
Hello,
just
Bob.
paying attention to the story.
I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood
But
there
yeah,
in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
yeah, it's been decent. Unfortunately, I joined during damn it. I joined during Christmas time, so everything was snowing, and they really should have given out like free coats and stuff, because I completely forgot that there was the clothing system and the weather system. I forgot you could move your hand, damn it. So yeah, trying do stuff in Red Dead Online when your clothing system wasn't that great. Yeah, not very enjoyable. But yeah, eventually I got over it.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn
Yeah,
choice.
and then I just started doing all the career stuff, really. I still haven't done the story, the online story.
That guy gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape.
I did part where you're in.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Oh, what is it?
Mexico.
There's that
I
little
realized nobody
sort
was
of
looking for me. I
coal
ended up
mining
taking a job at
town
Juarez.
The
in
Mexican
the
rallies?
very
I was
top
hired to
right
help
of the
them
map.
track down the cowboys.
You can do a mission there, and well, if you're lawful or whatever.
Curly Bill Brocious, Johnny Ringo.
Led by old man Clanton himself.
Yeah, and you can
They must have
do
paid
some
you a pretty
vigilante
penny to
sheriff
take them
work,
hombres
I
on.
guess,
Not
would be the
really.
correct way of
But
looking
truth
at
be
it.
told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Yeah, I got up to that mission. I still need to do the rest. I've done quite a lot of the bounty hunter stuff. I've maxed out trader, maxed out collector.
So was the bastard you were
Doing
after
pretty
now
well at
riding with the
Moonshine.
cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a
Oh,
different
okay.
bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton.
Old man
I came
Clanton.
upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor bastards.
Oh, come on.
Moments later, the attackers were dead. And I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None.
Yeah, this would be another
It was
aspect
then I
of
wondered
the
if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They were here in great numbers from above and rained down lead on their hapless enemies' heads. Making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Well, you see, I say that.
Hold on.
It would be
You attacked
terrible.
by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
I don't know, I guess it's how rough and tough you were, wasn't it?
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of
Yeah,
men.
being a bounty hunter would be cool, I guess.
I immediately knew
But
that a tactical retreat was called
again,
for,
you'd have to
as
be,
my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the
You'd have
bullets
to be
back it up.
pretty good at shooting. But I guess killing people and making money off of it would be a
Finally, they managed to corner me.
decent
As
living.
I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, Serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Oh.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to
I've
become the
completely
predator.
forgotten how to...
Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right.
How do you do dynamite again? Controls... Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, that makes sense, because...
I was done running. And
There's
the old
nothing-
man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat.
Nothing else to use the
My
left button
fury
for.
knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
You know, recently I watched, what you call them? Harry Potter films.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs.
And
"Clanton,
they were not as good as I
coming
remember them being.
A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till Kingdom Come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Potter, I get why people might enjoy it, but honestly, far too overrated. Some of the... I don't know why the movies just didn't fully adapt the books, because some of the stuff just makes no sense. Unless you know the... Like, I haven't read the books, but I've read about changes and how they mess things up. And, like in, Goblet of Fire, all those dead people appear at the
Most
end,
everyone thought it was the Ruales who had
and the
come up
book
against
offers
him
an
in Guadalupe
explanation,
Canyon.
and then
But it was
the
just
film
me.
just doesn't give you anything. Makes no sense.
You can't hide from dynamite.
I tried watching the I tried to watch the first Fantastic Beasts film. That was pretty I could not get into it at all, but
What I ever do to you?
one of the cowboys made it out of there alive, and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Nugget of truth. Oh, that might be from an old save, I guess, because I have not found anything so far. One thing I do want to watch is what you call it, Wallace and Gromit. I haven't watched that in a while.
A few weeks after that dust up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill. They were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Earp's coming!
Get ready, boys. But first, I need to tell you about the cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious. Curly Bill took charge of the cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
I might play the oh, what you call it, that new Halo Infinite update.
So they murdered Morgan Earp.
I mean,
Grievously
after
wounded his older brother Virgil.
what, like 19 months, 18 months, over a year and a half, they finally decided to add infection to the game, because apparently having one team with shotguns and pistols and then another team with energy swords is just too complicated for 343. Even though, you know, that annoys me about 343 Industries, because I actually quite liked Halo 4. Don't get me wrong, it, I think they kind of rushed it out the door, because they only had like 2 years to develop it, and then yeah, they only had 2 years to develop it, and then
red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified
you know, they cut out some
myself.
stuff to make that timeline, I guess. And obviously they changed the models for the elites and stuff, so you couldn't really play as
But I wasn't
them.
about
And
to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me
yeah,
forward.
but you know what? It was okay. I could live with it. But Halo 5, man, what a disappointment. That was barely a Halo multiplayer. That was like don't get me wrong, it was fun.
Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly
But-
saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all
But,
hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for you, but Doc Holliday might have taken it.
Yeah,
That longer
the
should have kept his
multiplayer was
nose
just
out of it. They never
far
charged
too
anyone for the
different to
murder of
what
Morgan Earl.
I guess you'd call classic Halo.
But everybody
And
knew that Curly shot him in the back.
the campaign,
That was
Jesus
common
man, what a
knowledge.
letdown.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal.
Whenever I think of the
Well, to get to
development
that loyal
of the Halo
friend, I had
5
to pass
story,
by
I
some
always think
buzzsaws
about
as big as a
how
man.
there's that Fact Fiend video. And Carl, the host, and the cameraman, they make fun of the fact that
Excuse me, sir.
343
I have a
didn't seem
question.
to know.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clinton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Didn't seem to know who the main protagonist of the Halo series was, and that's why Locke
And a yellow belly to boot.
was, you know, he was put to the forefront, and Master Chief got absolutely nothing, basically. Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, they released a lot more content for Halo 5 than they've done for their live service game, but it is what it is, I guess.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
And then, yeah, Halo Infinite. We had like 5-6 years to develop that. Well, I think 343 started to go downhill once Bonnie Ross got promoted to like Xbox co-director or
Though it
whatever,
wasn't easy, as those boys had
alongside
good
Phil
cover.
Spencer, because if you're running Xbox, you can't really run your own studio at the same time. You don't have enough hours in the day. So, for some reason, she thought she could run both, even though there's no way you can obviously do any of that. And then, yeah. There was no head of 343 basically after Halo 4. Because Bonnie Ross was too busy with Xbox. You know, and then that's probably why there was a lack of oversight for the Master Chief Collection, which led to a buggy mess. Halo 5, you know, everyone's heard about the lack of story direction for that. Like they had a very good premise, you know, Master Chief going rogue and all that, but that just gets pushed out the way basically after about a third of the way through the game. And then yeah, Infinite. For some reason they decided that they could keep doing content for Halo 5. They could completely rework the engine from the ground up
There were carts
so that it's
everywhere,
basically a
piles of lumber,
completely
and God
different
knows
engine.
what else for people to hide behind.
Do
That really was one hell of a sawmill.
a live
impressive
service multiplayer model. I don't know why they would ever decide to do that for a Halo game, but whatever. And they decided to make an open world game. And it just did not work out for them. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Call of Duty had the better idea with
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience.
with
I'll paint a picture
Warzone
here. There was this beautiful waterfall,
constantly
and
getting
a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant
updated
valley
and that.
was truly
but
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
well. Finally, the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that live service models and
Curly Bill,
battle
Johnny
royales
Ringo,
and
his
stuff die
compadres
off
took off into the lumber yard.
soon.
and
I know they're already dying off, but I hope it happens a bit quicker. Because Halo Infinite was such a disappointment. You know what I mean?
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to kill you! Working for Wyatt Earp. Is that son of a bitch?
Yeah, I mean... They were like, oh, the Reach, season 1, that's gonna be 6 months just so we can get the game up and running stable, and we can make some updates to make sure everything's alright, and then we'll start putting out 3-month seasons. And then season 2 was like, what, 9-10 months? And then it's like, oh, here's a free winter season pass that's got like 30 things on, and it's like, oh, thank you 343 for taking all the stuff that you took out of the first season pass that you were going to try and sell us in the shop and giving us it for free. You know, that's nice of you. You could have just kept it in the first season pass and not be greedy cunts, but... yeah. I mean, that's just incompetent. That annoys me when they do stuff just for
Brocious
pure
gave me no
greed.
choice but to take his life.
Like, you have a
Ringo
Reach season
was
pass,
nowhere to be found.
and then you took out like some of the best
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different
looking armors
location
and stuff.
altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
So yeah, they took stuff out of the... They took some of the best stuff out of the Reach season pass to try and put it in the shop, and then they gave it for free later to try and make up for the fact that they were doing a 10-month season.
Incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Like, come on. You've put your entire... You've put your entire project to focus around... Ah, oh, damn it. You've put your entire project to focus around being a live service game. And... yeah, and
It's
then you just...
incredible, sir.
They
I
failed
always
so
thought that
badly,
Doc Holliday
man.
was the one that killed him.
And the campaign was just a mess. Like so much stuff
Sorry I
that
had to
was
ruin the legend for you,
advertised
boy, but the legend ain't
just
always
wasn't in
true.
the game. That's that banished skiff vehicle,
Doc
whatever
Holliday
it
had
was.
nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
What you call it? They made some sort of like Covenant pistol that they just cut out of the game. Yeah, they cut out most of, you know.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill.
I don't know.
There was real money to be
It was
made.
so disappointing.
That's
They cut
why I
out
went
so
after
much
Henry
story
Plummer.
stuff.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing
Oh,
gold
who's this?
chipmunks?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Biscuits.
I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving
You wanna come see me?
called the Innocents.
Hey,
So it's
my
true that you
girl.
went toe to toe with him?
Indeed I did, son.
Bissy
Indeed
Biscuits.
I
Do
did.
you want to come up? You coming up? Come on. There we go. Yes. You want to be on live stream
I
as
knew I
well?
needed resources if I was going
There's
to
no
track
camera,
down
though,
Roscoe
so-
Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to
Yeah, let me tell you, owning a dog is
Why would you
so
be
great.
nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us.
Don't get me wrong, it's hard
You
work,
light up a
but
cigar, we're fine.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men. Samuel Colt made them equal.
alright. I was wondering where that guy was. Alright. But
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn
yeah,
by
sorry for
greed
going on a
and easy
Halo
pickings.
rant, but
Charlie Crow,
get it.
blacksmith.
There we go.
James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like going on rants about stuff sometimes, especially for Halo because that used to be my favorite gaming franchise. But I guess now I just don't have one. And that might sound harsh, but
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War.
I'm just that disappointed, you know?
Killers
You can
trained
only
on bloody
disappoint
fields
someone
of
so
Shiloh
much.
and Antietam. Plummer
That's
had
why I
a lot
haven't
of men
played
on his
Infinite
payroll.
in...
A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one
Wow.
hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up
Oh, I
a
don't know,
defensive
actually.
perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous,
been
desperate
that long.
individuals. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? I thought I was some kind of hero.
Oh, let's have a rant about something that's
I
funnier.
finally made it past and headed on to meet my
The Flash. That's honestly, that's so hilarious. Both the show and the film.
But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back.
Yeah, I mean
So my
the
first thought
show,
was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance.
like,
Made sense.
how do you have a show that goes on for 9
It was
seasons
the
and
quickest
literally
way
no
in,
one cares
but that
about
also
it
made
at
it
the
more
end?
dangerous,
You know?
as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Like, does anyone care about The Flash? Season 9 finale?
Can't hide forever.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around.
I don't know. It's just hilarious to me. That, the Madvocate videos, they're
And that
good.
confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it.
It helps to show exactly how
Some of
bad
those
the
shafts
show's
can be
always
as
been.
deep as hell.
Don't get me wrong, nothing bad with liking bad shows or bad media. Just don't try and tell people that it's amazing.
A single
That's
stumble
simple.
or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
And yeah, the Flash film, what a completely pointless film.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Like for a start, it's like so the Flash is supposed to like reboot what the DC cinematic universe is.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Yeah, but the thing is, just
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb. I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane. It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it.
but yes, it's supposed to reboot that,
Instead,
and
I
then.
spotted a ladder. A way
But the
into
thing is, if
mine
you're
from
gonna
the opposite
reboot it,
side.
you don't need to make a bunch of tie-in stuff to explain why things are different. It's like they
It was a
cut
long way
the
around,
Henry
but that
Cavill
approach
had a
seemed more
cameo,
sensible at the time.
and then they cut that
Of course,
to
being
make it
I had a
fit
problem
into the
with
new
heights, that scaffolding scared the
how the
bejesus
new
out of me.
DC universe films are gonna be. But if you're just gonna disconnect it anyways, then what's the point? Just leave it in.
No man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder.
I feel sorry for Henry Cavill, man.
I needed to make a leap of faith, which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell. I was determined not to give up, however. As Sheriff Plummer,
his projects as Superman were two
when the vigilantes discovered what
terrible
the sheriff was up
films.
to, people were outraged.
Two terrible films where he didn't even really get to play as Superman. A really badly made film where he did get to play as Superman. And then the actual intended version of that film where that was also really bad, that he didn't really get to play Superman.
But first, I would have to make a choice.
Oh, I don't know. If Gunn decides to do some multiverse stuff, I really hope he gets the chance to shine, because he's such a nerd, man. I'm curious about what Warhammer stuff he's gonna bring. I just hope he does a good job at making it accessible to like normies, I guess, like me. No, I think I need to go up here, don't I?
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserve better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
But
right. Well, he was a sheriff.
yeah, because Warhammer's such a
another, but that's neither here nor there.
Warhammer 40k is such
a lot of lives, including
unique setting. But obviously Game Workshop or whatever. Oh, excuse me. Games Workshop, they don't really have a canon. They just let writers, like, there's a general consensus that certain events and characters and stuff are canon, but you always
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
I'm going all medieval on your ass.
But yeah, sometimes they just let people write what they want, even if it's a contradiction of what came before. And I mean, I can't remember how long the Warhammer 40k universe has been going on for, but it's been a while. So I guess I sort of get it, adding new ideas and stuff, but you can't really do that in a TV show. But then again, they might not even try and adapt anything that it's already been read about. Might just try and do some projects that are independent.
No blood money for you today. You are really chapping my ass. I need some help here. Come on, boys. Take this cocksucker out. Show him how to die.
I need to use ah, damn it. But yeah, they might just do that. I mean, damn, if they try and adapt, again, I'm not like an in-depth lore expert on Warhammer 40k, but I know some of the bigger set pieces, and I don't know how anyone could possibly try and adapt the Horus Heresy. That would need like... That would need like 8 seasons just to fit everything in. You'd need to set up all the Primarchs, you'd need to show all the battles that they take part in, show the chaos taking hold of them, all that good stuff. Yeah, but still, I'm sure Henry Cavill will do some good stuff. Oh, I think is that Warhammer Dark? Is it Darktide? Has that been released for Xbox yet? Because I know PC got it first, and then it was supposed to be coming to Xbox, but I ain't really heard anything. But there's also gonna be what you call it? Space Marine 2. Which isn't getting Mark Strong back. Which is a shame, but... Oh, come on, man. This is such a spam boss. Really doesn't help that I didn't pick up the rifle. Oh, come on, man. Oh, I wish I had a rifle. This little anus.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Oh. Yeah.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself. I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Oh. Sorry, I really wasn't paying attention.
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
What are you, yellow? There he is. Shoot him! Shoot him!
Alright, you know what? I'm going to leave it there. Oh. Oh. It says I've got one viewer. Don't know if I actually do, but if you have been watching, thanks. And yeah, we'll see what happens.